From sunny Southern California, this is the Executive Housekeeper 101 from HousekeepingRehab.com. Here now is your Executive Housekeeper, Abel Josephson.
Hello. All right, here we go. This is for brand new executive housekeepers, people that have never managed a housekeeping department before. It's also for new assistant housekeeping managers. The Executive Housekeeper 101 is for anyone who wants fresh ideas, who wants to cut to the chase and find out what really is the essence of what we do and how we do it in housekeeping. There's a question I have asked all along the way. What is a housekeeper? What is housekeeping? All right, so we have to go down and we have to understand some core basic things. So let's get started. Let's start with the title, housekeeping. Just look at the words, all right? So you have house, you have keeping, house, keeping. All right, what this title does not infer or give you the information that it lacks is what is before housekeeping. What is before housekeeping is house making or house cleaning. But remember, we are called housekeepers predominantly and first and only. So we are housekeepers. What does that mean? Well, look at the words. We keep a house. In our process of our doings, first we make the house. Second, we then what? Keep the house. Now, I want you to forget all about some things. I want you to forget about some real things that you think are important that are not important. I want you to forget about chemicals, cleaners, soaps, solutions, and rags, and extractors, and squeegees, and brooms, and vacuum cleaners. Forget all about the tools of cleaning. If you notice, our title is housekeeper, not house cleaner. Now, in all my years, I really have never had to train anybody on how to clean a guest room. Oh, they learn their rhythm, but they all are grown, mature adults. They come from their own homes. They know what clean is. You go to your staff and you say, take me to your house. I guarantee you, most of those housekeepers have an immaculate house. You don't have to teach professional, decent human beings how to clean. They know that. What they need to be taught is how to manage their time, where to spend their time, and what is the essence of what we do. What is the most important thing that we do? And the answer is, we keep a house. Housekeeping begins with housemaking. Now, housemaking is in the vacant, dirty room. And I've asked housekeepers for years, what's most important? The dirty room that you clean, that the guest is checked out of, and that we need to get clean and get ready before 3 o'clock so a guest can check in. What's most important? The vacant, dirty room that we do, that service, or the occupied room, when the guest is there in the room? 100% of the time, managers, staff, supervisors, in all departments, I've asked it all through the years just for fun. They all say, well, the vacant, dirty room, because we want the guest to check in, open the door, and wow, nice clean room with no complaints, right? Because we don't want to give any money on complaints. Well, with what I'm going to teach you, you're not going to give money on complaints. Your department is going to make money. Most people think housekeeping is a money eater, a money pit. Highest expenses, payroll, supplies. All we do is spend money. We don't make money, and that's a lie. That's just not true. We're one of the greatest money generators if we are truly housekeepers and not house makers or house cleaners. Now, don't get me wrong. I know we clean. It needs to be clean. That's a small percentage of what our concern is. All right, so you can forget all about this stuff right now. Just forget about brush and rag and chemicals. Forget about it. Forget all about this. This is not part of the housekeeper vernacular. This is not part of the housekeeper program. This is house cleaner. I'm not talking about house cleaners. I'm talking about housekeepers. For your successful housekeeping program, you're going to need to understand your standards, your assets. What does the hotel own? What is your right to do with these objects, these assets, these these things that we put in the room. Okay, what are the hotel assets? Well, you got a bed, you got pillows, you got sheets, you got towels, you got coffee maker, you've got bath mat, you've got shower curtain liner, ironing board, TV remote, magazines, furniture, chairs, coffee tables, hangers in the closet, the luggage rack, the luggage valet that most people have folded up, scratching the wall, leaning against the wall in the closet, scratching the wall over time. These are all assets, these are all amenities, these are all part of the house that we make. So first, we're going to establish where everything goes, precisely where it goes. And then we're going to place all these objects, these assets, these amenities in the room exactly the same way in every vacant, dirty room when we make the house. See, we're making the house when we put all these things in the right place. It's very important, these things, because most housekeeping departments forget all about their standards as soon as the guest checks into the room. I don't know why this is true, but it's true. And then they don't understand why they don't wow a guest, why on the comment card they never say exceeded expectations. This business of housekeeping is a type of entertainment. It is a form of show business, and you have to elevate your understanding and elevate the mentality and the perceptions and intuitions of the people in your department to get into that realm. Hey, is this important? Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about. This is the least amount of your time spent. Did you know that? It's what you are above and beyond what they expect. That is entertainment. And people will pay and pay and pay to be entertained. And what entertains people in the hotel, in the resort? Keeping the house. So the beginning of the entertainment, the beginning of housekeeping is house making. That's what we do in the vacant, dirty room. All we're doing is making the house. That's where we clean it, and that's where we put all of our amenities in their proper place, and the places are precise. There's no furniture touching the wall. There's a known distance between the furniture and the wall. There's exact ways to curl up the power cord on the iron and put it in the iron organizer. All these things. Your amenities in the bathroom. The wash rags are here, the shampoos, the conditioner, the soaps, all that stuff's in the little basket or the little presentation object that you platform those things on. That's all set into place. And then when the room is occupied, what happens? We go back in every single day and we keep the house. Housekeeping begins with the replacing of all of the hotel and resort assets, all of the amenities, coffee maker, TV remote, towels, shower curtain, magazines, furniture, every single day in the occupied room. Job one, before we clean, job one is to return the things that belong to the hotel that have a specific placement, to return them precisely back to where they were when the guest checked in. And let me tell you, the guest notices. That's the wow factor. Housekeeping. First we make the house when the room is dirty. Then we check the guest in and they mess everything up, and we come right back in and we keep the house that we made. So it's all about amenities and placements of amenities. The next step is to consider the fact that now that the guest has come in, guess what? They've brought their own assets. They've brought their own objects and belongings and doings, and they've brought in a whole set of things now that are part of the housekeeping landscape. I always have to tell people, you'll not drive tips, you'll not generate repeat guests if you don't touch the objects and the possessions of the guests, their clothes, their shoes, their makeup, their combs, their razors, their suitcases, all of these things. You're not going to generate money, you're not going to generate tips unless you touch the personal objects of the guest. I mean, I've heard this before from housekeepers. If we move his cologne over and put it here and straighten it up and use it and place it over here, he'll think we stole it. And my answer is always, if the cologne is still in the bathroom, you didn't steal it. I have housekeepers that do turn down, and I'll go in and they'll leave a bottle of beer with about that much beer in the bottle. Guest has been gone all day. Beer's hot, sitting on the nightstand. Why didn't you take that out? Oh, they will get mad at me if I throw their beer away. I tell them, sweetheart, throw the beer out. No human being wants to come and drink a hot beer that's only got about 1.5 inches, 2 more swallows of beer in it, that's been sitting on a nightstand all day. Use your head, throw it out. If the guest complains, you will never hear anything about it. And you will keep throwing those dead beers, empty juice, half consumed juice glasses for morning breakfast. They're not drinking that hot stuff. Who would? Get it out of the room. It's discard, it's waste. If they want more or they want it replaced, I'll buy them a 6-pack of beer of their choice. I'll buy them a bottle of wine to replace half a glass that wasn't consumed. Get rid of all that stuff. There are 2 things that I focus on personal touch service. The first one is shoes. You must touch the shoes. You must touch every shoe in every room. This is the rule. All you've got to do is pair the shoes up, put them up against the baseboard in a place that you decide with your team. They know that when a guest is in the room, we pair their shoes up and we put them up against the baseboard on that wall right there. It's all preconceived. We've thought this through. We have a standard now that we go to when it comes to touching guest possessions. First, shoes. The other thing is in the bathrooms. We're gonna take all of their toothpaste and toothbrush and razor and nail clippers, cosmetics, cosmetic brushes, colognes, hairspray, curling iron, hairbrush, anything that they put down in there, we're gonna pop a washcloth down. We're going to arrange their items on the washcloth. We're gonna put it on the right-hand side. Yeah, because everybody's right-handed. Closest to the sink, toothbrush. Next to that, toothpaste, because it goes with the toothbrush. We're going to leave a little bit of space, then the hair care products, the hand brush, the curling iron. Then we're gonna take all of their cologne bottles and lotion bottles, wipe them off, set them upright at the head of the washcloth, and we're gonna set them all like little soldiers, just all ready for service. We're gonna set them all facing forward so we can see the labels. Remember about these labels, they're proud of these labels. These are the brands that they have chosen. We are using those brand labels to bring big name branding into the room. We're going to celebrate their choice of brands, the colognes especially. Shine those bottles up. When they come in and they say, oh my God, look how they are, oh my God. I wouldn't even do that for myself. This will wow the guests. Why? It entertains them. You have to come to the understanding that those things are not going to bother the guest. You've got to re-diagnose this. You have to understand that's the entertainment. That's what they never expected. Now, what if you have a man and a woman? You have special lady creams on this side, and then on the left side, you put a washcloth down, you do the same thing for the man, all the manly things. So they both have their stuff on either side. You don't mix them together. It is put in a set way, in a set place, symmetrical, pretty, not crooked, nothing crooked, straight, straight, straight. Remember the 3 mysterious secrets of housekeeping. 0 smell, it's not what we're talking about now, but let's remind, 0 smell, nothing crooked, and nothing missing. We are going to keep the house that we made. We made the house when it was vacant and dirty, and we cleaned it, and we put all our amenities in their proper place. The guest checks in. Now they've come in and moved everything around. And we're going to take everything that belongs to us. We do with it what we want, and we put it right back where it belongs, just like it was when they checked in. Sweetheart, that is housekeeping. That is entertainment. That's a form of show business. If they have magazines, we include them with our magazines and make them straight. We straighten their laptop. We do all kind of things. We put their shoes up against the wall. We address the bathroom sink and put all of their own amenities in a proper placement for them. Any tips you get before this, you're gonna laugh at what they were once you realize how much this generates tips. Why? Why does the bellman make tips but the front desk agent doesn't make tips? Because the bellman touches their stuff. Why does the food server in the restaurant, why do they get tips? Because they touch their food, they touch their stuff. You don't make money unless you're touching their stuff. You can give all of your housekeepers in your rooms a raise and never touch your P&L. And you know what? When they catch on to this, they'll start creating other things to do with those guest possessions. You won't have to teach them. They'll start to see the money start to show up. Why? Because in the service industry, they only tip if you touch their stuff. The valet out front touches their car. They tip the valet. Bellman touches their bags. Front desk doesn't touch anything. They don't get tips. General manager doesn't get tips. The people that touch the food and are seen touching it in front of them, they get tips. Housekeeping is entertainment. It's a form of show business. How we wow you with what we do with our stuff and now your stuff. We're touching your stuff. Show us the money, baby. Show us the money. Housekeeping's a money machine.
The hotel and hospitality industry is a type of entertainment and a form of show business. Thanks for visiting the Executive Housekeeper 101 with Abel Josephson from housekeepingrehab.com.